If you had to give an answer to the question, who are you, what would you say? What parts of your life do you reflect on to let someone know a little bit about yourself? What do you consider a part of your identity? Perhaps the first thing that springs to mind for you is confidence, maybe intelligence, maybe colored hair, flashy clothes, or a sense of humor. Maybe you are happy, maybe you are young, maybe you are shy. Most likely, you are a combination of many things which together make you up as a person. For a lot of people, identity might include not something that they are, but something that they do. For me, it might be writing, drawing, climbing trees, things that I've always loved.
For me, however, there's something that's very important to my own identity that I spent a while not loving. That would be theater. I've got a story about that, and it starts when I was in 5th grade. At the time, my school was putting on a production of Aladdin, and I desperately wanted to be a big part of it. Being in 5th grade, however, I was only able to be cast in smaller roles, as the larger ones were reserved for grade 6s and 7s. The musical was really hyped up at my school. Everyone wanted to be a part of it, so they had to accommodate for the amount of people auditioning. Not everyone got a part, some younger kids were just chorus members. They added multiple unnecessary parts, such as princes, street rats, narrators, and sisters for Jasmine. The parts made the musical overloaded and less true to the original story, and therefore made it less engaging for the audience when all the other characters were running around on stage. In fact, the role I got wasn't part of the original production, but it had to be added on later to accommodate for the amount of students who auditioned. My part was the back row of the entourage for one of the princes in the play, Prince Dudu Ron Ron. Now, being in the back row, I wasn't exactly pleased, especially considering I am on the shorter side. The rehearsals were long and hard. The teacher was always telling us we were out of time, and the choreography kept on changing. If you're in a musical production, it's not often that the choreography changes every rehearsal. I thought I had gotten this small role because I was terrible. I thought I couldn't sing or act. The musical, looking back on it, was actually really terrible, so I'm relieved now I didn't get a larger part. Back then, however, it seemed like the end of the world. So much, in fact, that I gave up on musical theater altogether. The pantomime in Deep Cove rolled around the following year, and in years past I had been working up the courage to audition, and my mum was encouraging it. But I was still unable to get over the disappointment of the previous year's musical, so I convinced myself I couldn't do it. It was only when I saw my sister's one-act play later in that school year that my mind began to change. For once I saw a production that I enjoyed and that I felt was achievable, and I thought, if my sister can do it, why can't I? So I signed up for drama the following year, my first year of high school. Since then, I've enjoyed both attending and participating in theatrical productions, and theater has become a part of my identity.
What's considered a part of a person's identity varies largely from person to person, and our identities can grow and change as we do. Some people may treasure certain ideas, activities, or people throughout their entire lives, or at least for a good part of them. Others may have trouble defining exactly what their identities are, and others still may recognize their ability to try new things and let go of old ones as part of their identities. An identity is what makes every single person, and they help lend us some sense of who we are.